Before Rick Scott was a senator from Florida, he was the state's governor, and he was locked in a hotly contested race with the then incumbent senator, Democrat Bill Nelson. And last summer, during that race and during a public appearance, then Senator Nelson said this about the integrity of the state's voter files.
We wrote and signed a joint letter to all 67 county supervisor elections to tell them that the Russians are in Florida's records and they need help.
You hear that? The Russians are in Florida's records. And then later that day, Nelson told the Tampa Bay Times that the Russians have already penetrated certain counties in the state and they now have free reign to move about. Now, the GOP and Rick Scott made a huge stink over this claim, saying it was baseless scaremongering. The state of Florida, the officials there, then obviously controlled by Governor Scott, who was also running, said they had no information to support that. The Washington Post fact checkers weighed in, and they gave Bill Nelson 4 Pinocchios. And then Rick Scott hammered Nelson, demanding he provide proof of Russia's successful hacking. All in all, Nelson's assertion was used by his political opponents to not too subtly suggest that the then 75-year-old senator was past his prime and slipping. Nelson went on to lose by just over 10,000 votes out of more than 8 million cast statewide. Well, turns out Nelson wasn't slipping. In fact, he was right. And all the people that ridiculed him and fact-checked him were wrong. Because today we found out via the new governor, Republican Ron DeSantis, that in fact the Russians did penetrate 2 Florida counties' voter files in 2016. DeSantis announced this publicly and assured everyone they did not change any of the data, although that's not super reassuring given that it appears they clearly could have. Also, weirdly, DeSantis says he signed a non-disclosure agreement which bars him from saying which 2 counties were hacked by the Russians. The Tampa Bay Times described the scene, quote, DeSantis' comments came during a surreal Capitol News conference during which he wouldn't elaborate on the highly unusual situation of the federal government asking a governor to sign a non-disclosure agreement, especially in a case involving that governor's own state. So, Bill Nelson spoke the truth and was ridiculed and punished and ultimately lost. And now the question is, do people like Rick Scott or Donald Trump or anyone else in charge have any genuine incentive to preserve the integrity of our voting systems if they think any intrusions might ultimately redound to their benefit? Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.